Modern technology organizations face a persistent logistical puzzle, the need to run hundreds of different applications, some requiring Windows, others demanding specific versions of Linux, all at the same time. Buying a dedicated physical server for every specialized task is a financial dead end. The hardware costs, the power requirements, and the physical warehouse space needed to house them scale out of control almost immediately. But attempting to run conflicting software directly on one shared operating system creates chaos. Dependencies clash, and a single badly coded program can trigger a catastrophic failure that crashes the entire system. Sharing a single kernel also creates a massive security vulnerability. If an attacker breaches one application, they can move laterally through the shared memory, gaining access to every other file and database stored on that machine. The solution is to fake the hardware. Instead of running software on a physical machine, engineers use a virtual machine, a software-based environment that mimics physical components, like a CPU and RAM, to host an entirely separate guest operating system. By convincing a guest OS that it owns a physical computer, organizations can host dozens of distinct servers on a single microchip. This model provides the administrative separation of physical hardware without the cost of actually buying it. To maintain this separation, we use a specialized control layer called a hypervisor. This software sits directly between the bare metal server and the virtual machines. There are two main types: Type 1 hypervisors, which run directly on the hardware for maximum performance, and Type 2 hypervisors, which run as an application on top of an existing operating system, like Windows or macOS. The hypervisor's primary job is quarantine, erecting walls between every virtual machine. If you execute malware inside one partition, the hypervisor ensures it stays there. When malicious code tries to break out, the hypervisor intercepts the command and blocks it. Isolation isn't a passive feature. It requires an active referee constantly blocking unauthorized access attempts between neighboring systems. The hypervisor enforces these boundaries by dividing the physical CPU into virtual units called vCPUs. A VM rarely owns the processor. The hypervisor grants it fleeting milliseconds of compute time before switching to the next guest. If the host is overloaded, a virtual machine waits in line. Engineers call this CPU ready time, indicating the physical cores are struggling. Memory management is even more strict. The hypervisor maps specific, isolated blocks of physical RAM to each individual VM. If one virtual machine attempts to read a memory address assigned to its neighbor, the hypervisor detects the violation instantly. The request is rejected at the microchip level. The hypervisor acts as a barrier, ensuring that no data leaks across the silicon. Storage follows the same logic. A virtual machine's entire hard drive is actually just a single file stored on the host system. To the guest operating system, this looks like a complex drive full of sectors and folders. To the host, it is just one sandboxed file, isolated from the rest of the data. Network traffic is handled through virtual network adapters. These are software simulations of physical hardware that manage all incoming and outgoing data. These virtual adapters restrict the VM to approved virtual switches. This prevents one machine from snooping on the local traffic of another, even though they share the same physical network card. Under this architecture, a Windows desktop and a Linux server can run on the exact same microchip, yet remain entirely unaware of each other. By packaging an entire computer, the OS, the files, and the network settings, into a software file, virtualization changes the logic of disaster recovery and system resilience. If a virtual machine becomes infected with malware, you can eradicate the threat by deleting the compromised virtual disk file and replacing it with a clean backup. If a physical server fails, the VM file can be copied to a new host and booted instantly, ensuring service continues with zero data loss. This partitioning architecture is the foundation of modern cloud platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure. When you rent a cloud server, you are renting a heavily isolated VM slice on a massive physical machine shared by dozens of other companies. The cloud is a meticulously enforced software illusion. It manages boundaries millions of times every second to keep our digital world secure and separate.